Hello, dorks. Hello, hello. Welcome in. How's it going? It's time for Unchowder. Time for Talos Principle. It's time for Saturday game. Time for cat butt. We briefly had two cat butts in the cat cam, but then the one cat butt shoved out the other cat butt, so now we just have the one cat butt. Let's Talos. Let's jam. Let's jam. Yeah, absolutely. We're gonna jam today. My hair is gonna behave. My hair is gonna behave, right? Yeah, tell me two words that can get a song into your head more reliably than "Let's Jam." I'll wait. I'm not gonna wait. Yours isn't. Yeah, I'm excited to get back into this. We made some real good progress last time, I think. We've made some important discoveries. We've learned some good things. We've solved some puzzles. We've acquired some tools. I have a cube now. I have a companion cube, I guess. So that's cool. And yeah, and we've been dealing with these computers, right? I guess the whole game is computers, but the little consoles, right? We need to like prove that we're human, even though we're not. But we're trying to be. I don't know. There's a lot of questions. Hello, JM. How's it going? How's it going? We so far I'm hoping to continue my streak of not needing to give up on any of these puzzles. We went through the whole first stream without having to like give up on a puzzle and go back, right? I haven't gotten all of the stars. We found a couple of stars by happenstance, but definitely not all of them. So I'm probably gonna go back after the fact and go hunt for stars. But as far as like completing the puzzles, getting all the sigils, symbols, detronimos, the main things that we're trying to get. I'm gonna try to like just barrel straight through and full complete, because that's what I want to do. I'll be a bit in and out as we have guests today. Okay, sounds good. Hello, guests. I don't know if they can actually hear me. I know how to prove you're human when you very apparently aren't. Crave human contact and has people like your presence. I mean, contact is an interesting question in this game. Are we the only entity that exists here? We have not met another person. We've had God voiceover, literal God voiceover. But who knows if that's a pre-recorded recording or if there's actually like an entity speaking to us. My guess is it's like all pre-recorded and there's just no one left in the universe. It's just us. That's my guess. So yeah, I crave contact. I crave human contact. Who knows if they exist? Frank only does his puzzle feeder if someone is here to protect him from the monsters, so we're doing that with Unchowder on now. Excellent. The puzzle feeders are fun. I'm glad he enjoys those. You should just get a pizza box and like tape it shut and put stuff inside. I think he'd probably enjoy that. Robots could make friends and be one of the guys/gals. It's true. But I think that's us, right? We're the thing that has been made to be a pal. I don't know that we can make a pal for ourselves. Anyway, we're gonna find out, right? Today's episode is brought to you by Jam. Tasty Jam. And by viewers like you, clicking on all the buttons down there, hanging out with us live, hanging out in VODs, hanging out in Discord, wherever you want to hang out. We're jamming. So I appreciate being here and jamming with me. We're just gonna go over here and load it all up. And we're gonna continue. Because I have different saves for the different sections or something. He used to be all about them, but he stopped and we don't know why, but now we've realized he wants us to watch him do it. Look, Mom, I can do it. We're both gonna puzzle. Frank and I are gonna puzzle together. Okay. Oh, we're at 1 there. This game has a photo mode, by the way. So I was using photo mode to make like a thumbnail for the VOD. Tell him he got puzzle buddies. Excellent. Excellent. Emotional support puzzle buddies. So yeah, we got halfway through 6, right? 1 through 5 are completed except for the stars, of which we have some, but not all. But we left off here. And here we are. We'll see if I can remember how any of this works. But we did those two, so I think we want to do over here. A door too far. Okay. Let's see if I can remember how this works. I'm gonna run around and look at what we have. We have these windows that we can jam through. There's a little ball buddy. There's a red emitter. There's a headless statue. There's a hint thing that we can't interact with. There's a red receiver. There's a door that I can't go through. All right, there's just like, you can't do hints yet. Yes, here we go.
My blessed messengers. But their wisdom shall not be given easily.
Yes, I get it.
For your accomplishments must be your own.
Plop. Okay, easy enough. And then there's gonna be like a second prism. Here we go. Oh, here's a jammer. So I probably need to jam the ball. I don't know what we're calling these. That one looks different even. That one has spikes. Is that one different? Oh, another red emitter. A red receiver, I should say. Well, I need to get through here first, right? And then a box. It's my cube. Then can't go through there. There's another red receiver. There's another prism here. It's like, are you the same? You don't look the same. You're clearly not the same. Oh, interesting. That's much less scary than the other ones. If it can't actually kill me. Okay, so we saw 2 different receivers back here. There's one... Where was it? There was another one, right? Can I don't... Oh, I can do these. So the lasers can go through the fences, but the jammers can't. Oh no, that can't either. The fence blocks lasers. Got it. I thought there was a third... Yeah, right here. Okay. So instead of jamming it, I need to... get through here somehow. Okay. And then we had there's little windows, right? So the fences, we can't go through the fences, but we can go through here. For whatever that is worth. Can I... Can't really see through there. Almost though. Then it'd have to be like here. So I would have to do... Or maybe I'm just... Well... If I go from there to there... And then I need the box to stop you from blocking me? Haha. Okay, so then we're going through all of this, and I'm gonna take this. And I want it... Oh, except that's a fence, isn't it? Okay. So I can't go through here, but I can go through here. This is strange. I can't carry that jammer through quite yet. I'm curious if this is easier to get into first. There's a window there. Maybe this is what we're doing. Maybe we're going from here. Oop. To like here. Seems to have worked. And sprinting all the way around. And this goes like this. Here we go. I don't even need it. We just straight up do this. That also works. Except I also need... Okay, so this one stays here. The running makes me a little... I'm not gonna say sick, but like... Jeez. The FOV is not quite perfect. I will say that. So, we're going to continue from here and shoot through here. There we go. Now I can come all the way through to here. And we get a dead end. Hooray! Well, there's the thing we need. Interesting. We're only gonna have the two. So that means I need to get the jammer over here. Except there is... But how would we get a laser to here with only two mirrors? Could that be a red herring? A red laser herring? We do also have a box. But I don't think that's gonna get us quite high enough. It's not like we can go over the walls. What happens if this is just here? Ah, okay. You try out Dragon Sweeper? I did not. I've been mostly playing Ball Pit and the Arduino. Most of my time's been going into Arduino. Which is a different kind of puzzle. This, at least, is a puzzle that has solutions. So if I want to get my jammer to there, I need to get a laser to here, which I can do. Oh, I can do that. Sounds rewarding. It is. It's rewarding when it works. Where's... It's over there somewhere.
My child,
It's like here.
there is no shame in seeking another path.
Shush.
Leave this mystery for another day.
Shush. Shut up, God, I got it. I see. So now I need to block the silly little ball. Figured out to use a specific modded mechanic in Minecraft. Excellent. That can be tricky too. Okay. So now I have this, but now so I need to move that laser to be pointing to here, but then I need to get back through somehow. Can I like jump over or something? I doubt it's that easy. So I need a laser pointed to this. Because if I do this and try to get a laser through here, like there's no way, right? There's no way. Because you couldn't do it throughout here. You can't go through the bars. And the little chicane here means you'd need at least one like right here, another one right here. I don't think we could get the emitter from here. I don't think you could. I wonder if you can move... Can I move the prism through the window? If I grab you... And you're gonna go like this. Right? That seems to have worked. I could... Oh, I could bring one through with the jammer. I bet that's the thing to do. I'm curious to see if I can manipulate through the window, though. Let's try this first. Nope. Okay. I think I know what to do. Because since I can do that with just the one, that means I can do this. Bring this through, but now I need a jam from the other side. We do that. Do it like this. And then bring this through. And now I have both these things on this side. So now I can go from here to here. And then grab the jammer. And we're set. Perfect. I did it. Screw you, God. I figured it out. There does not appear to be a star in here. Not that we've reliably been able to see where those are anyway. Now I need to leave. Sprinting, sprinting, sprinting. Okay, we're good. One left. Bichromatic entanglement. Okay, so we're untangling two colors. Got it. And yes, another hint. I don't need hints. I've not needed hints so far. Not that it's gonna give me any. So I can... Interesting. So I have two lasers. Could do this. Not really. This would, it's gonna take two lasers just to do this. Nope. There we go. And now here's a red, so now I can do like this, right? Whoops. Which means now... That was wrong. Okay, hold on. Hold on. So then I can take... Okay. No, I think I need to get through here first. Now I need a button. Was there a box in here? I didn't see a box. I didn't see a box. But if I can get this to go to here, I guess this could do like both of these, honestly. Oops. Honestly, I could just do that. And then... I could do this, but it needs to like... Huh. Does that mean I just need to have it here to start with? I could have it connect, even if it doesn't have line of sight. So I do that. And now I can remove this. Ha! Excellent, okay. Not sure what that does for me. Oh. They just, okay. I can push buttons with more than just blocks. I suppose that makes sense. We did it. We did it. We were playing around back here last time. There was like a little, there was a computer, right? Yeah, there's a little computer here. Loading Milton. Hello again. Would you like to take a few moments to complete a short user satisfaction survey regarding the certification program you recently undertook? You mean the one that told me I'm not human? Sure. Based on analysis of your behavior since, I think you were dissatisfied with the results of the certification program. How would you rate the accuracy of its result out of 5? Spoil the survey? Interesting. That's what it's asking me out of 5, and it gives me 3 choices. I was like, my behavior since? You mean me bitching about it? Out loud? Constantly? Is that the behavior you're reacting to? I'm gonna say very poor. I'm sorry to hear that. What best describes the reason for your investment in the certification program's outcome? Why does being a person matter to you? I want network access. Persons matter in ways other things don't. Wait, we're having a conversation now? It's the truth. I want to find out if I am one, or terminate the session. Honestly, I just want network access. I'll try to remember that. In fact, I'm going to help you. That's what I'm here for. Your problem, if I may, is that you don't know the first thing about anything, including what a person is. Your prospects are therefore poor. Do you even know where you are? Kind of not. Virtual reality theme park, a fever dream, some mad experiment, the end of the world, hell, could be anywhere. I think I'm in a virtual reality. I don't think it's a theme park, but I think I am in a virtual reality and a mad experiment. I think I'm in some mad experiment. Oh dear, no. I think we best start from scratch. What do you know? I know none of this is real. I know I exist. I know 2 + 2 = 4. I know you exist. I know what century it is. I know I'm not on Earth. Oh, interesting. Well, what do I know? I know I exist. I know 2 + 2 = 4. The rest of it I'm pretty sure about. Actually, I don't know about you existing. I don't know that you exist. Pretty sure I exist. I'm pretty sure none of this is real. Pretty sure I know the century. I'm pretty sure we're not on Earth. Though we could be like in a virtual reality that's hosted on Earth. Does that count as being on Earth? If the server's on Earth? But I don't know that for sure. I'm gonna say 2 + 2 = 4. I suppose so. What do you mean suppose? Even if you were dreaming, you could be certain of that. If I were you, I wouldn't believe a darn thing in this place aside from that solitary fact. What kind of AI uses darn? On reflection, it seems to me that we are no closer to resolving your problem. Perhaps we need more data. What makes you think you're a person? I'm alive, I feel, I am conscious. The same thing that makes you think you are. I don't know that Milton thinks it's a person. I'm having this conversation with you. I don't see how I can convince you. That's an interesting answer. I'm alive, I feel, I am conscious. You may very well say so, but how does that prove anything? To me, those are only words on a screen. What we need to uncover is what's going on underneath them, if anything. Hey. The problem with people... Thanks, AI. The problem with people, if I may be so bold, is that you're all convinced that you're people from the inside, but there's no cast iron way to confirm as much from the outside. It's kind of the whole deal. I'm going to process this and send you a notification when I'm able to assist you further. Terminate session, support session, resuming library archive session. Strange. I think we've read these. Oh, this is the one that talks about the Talos Principle. Though Stratton himself never used the term, his remark about the inescapable materiality of life, that like the bronze giant Talos, even the most faithful philosopher cannot live without his blood, ultimately become known as the Talos Principle. What seemingly enraged many of his contemporaries and a significant number of later thinkers is the principle's simplicity and unassailability, which, according to a fragment found in Meletus, quote, cut through their rhetorical webs which sought to tangle the listener with fanciful words and thoughts of the heavens, like Alexander's sword through the Gordian knot. Diogenes makes mention of a dialogue by Anaximander of Chalcedon that expanded greatly on the Talos Principle, but that work remains lost. So yeah, the Talos Principle itself, even the most faithful philosopher cannot live without his blood. So we're talking about being a person, having personhood is kind of a metaphysical thing, but is also tied to a physical existence, right? That's kind of what I'm getting from that. Okay, let's leave. Okay, so that was 6. So now there's 7. I know I have a blinking bee up there, I don't care. we're going for 100%. We're doing the whole thing. This game gives me puzzles, I'm gonna do puzzles. There are 5 here, wow, okay. And 1 star. Athena 9.text. She examined the symbol on the fragment she'd found in the buried city. Again, the owl. What could its significance be? It seemed as if they had been scattered about in the labyrinth by some unseen hand for a purpose that yet eluded blank. Most likely the owl was the sigil of the author of these words, which had so blah blah blah. The owl is Athena, right? That was the title of this. A nebulous memory as if from a previous life, the owl was the symbol of blank and the goddess of blank. Outside under the moon, or perhaps on the city walls when the wind rose, but there was no time to contemplate this further now, for the automatons had seen her and their mechanical arms extended toward blah. The fragment and ran as their beams converged. Interesting. Yeah, Athena. AMA.html. As one of the founders of the modern science of nomadics, many credit you with inventing the term itself. How do you see the state of the science today? Sorry, I said science twice. And Nadia says, mixed. On the one hand, the existence of the Institute for Applied Nomadics and a couple of similar organizations is highly encouraging. On the other hand, the degree to which science is seen as serving purely military or corporate causes is, in my opinion, stopping us from exploring many important avenues of research. Huh. Weird. In a sense, it's people like Alexandra Drennan who are the real pioneers today, who have the enthusiasm and dedication that the system as a whole seems to be lacking. Do you think technology poses a danger to humanity? No, technology is just a tool. What we do with it is up to us. The Extended Lifespan Project, crazy or visionary? Both. Arkady Chernovsky, crazy or visionary? Both. So we've heard the Extended Lifespan Project, we've heard these names before. Arkady is the person heading the Lifespan Project, I believe. In charge of some project. To Alan regarding scenario gen. So far, all the puzzles are solvable and completely within the necessary parameters. Alexandra had some more tweaks you wanted to suggest, but I think we're headed in the right direction here. Interesting. So the people are creating the puzzles on purpose. Articles, the singularity is coming, comment 104. You know, the more I think about it, the more I believe that no one is actually worried about AIs taking over the world or anything like that, no matter what they say. What they're really worried about is that someone might prove once and for all that consciousness can arise from matter. 10 years ago, I might have agreed with that. I don't know if I agree with that now. Yes. And I kind of understand why they find it so terrifying. If we can create a sentient being, where does that leave the soul? Without mystery, how can we see ourselves as anything other than machines? And if we are machines, what hope do we have that death is not the end? What really scares people is not the artificial intelligence in the computer, but the natural intelligence they see in the mirror. That part I'll agree with. Interesting. This game hurts my head, I agree. Windows into a labyrinth. What hurts your head more, the philosophy or the puzzles? Too sleepy for this? I agree. I don't know. I mean, the central question there is kind of interesting. Would you feel differently about your own nature, about the nature of your own existence, if it were proven somehow? Which I don't even know how you do that. If it were proven that a machine could be a person in the way that we think of it, could have sentience or sapience, would that change how you consider your own existence? Puzzles are easy mostly as you have to do them. True. There's a lot of little windows. There's a jammer here. There's a thing there. Oh, here we go. I wouldn't love that idea, to be honest, as I don't like the idea we can create something on the same tier as us. But I think the point, like, I agree with you, but I think the point that the game, or this area of philosophy, right, this isn't just unique to this game, just because it makes you uncomfortable doesn't make it not true, right? I think that's the most uncomfortable part, is that the truth of our nature might be not what we want it to be. Personally, I think that, I think that we could never create a machine that is exactly like us. I don't think it's possible. I think it's kind of a false question. Or a simplified question, maybe. Oh, okay. How does this, I'm very lost in here, by the way. We could go through here to get that. I don't actually know where I'm trying to get to, though. I assume the piece is right there. Yeah, okay. Okay. So I go back and forth on the nature of the soul, right? I mean, that's kind of what's important here as well, right? I do think there is some ineffable, intangible aspect to our existence, but I don't know that it is a soul in the way that most people think about it. If that makes any sense, it really doesn't. I go through here? What do most people think about it? Well, I mean, some people think there is just no soul, right? But most people think it's like a thing, right? Like, I have a soul, you have a soul. When you die, the soul goes somewhere, right? It's like, it doesn't have a physical existence, but it does have some sort of tangibility to it. Some sort of, I don't even know what you would call it. Find it hard to describe what I think. Right, I have the same issue. So, geez, there's just 3 doors here. Okay, that's fun. Then I do have this, so I could bring my jammer through. Maybe. Or I would do it like this. I would do from here to here. And then I can bring it through. But then that's not gonna get us quite there, right? Because then I can do this. I can do this. Still gets me 1 short. And I have 3. Can I just go through here? I can just go through here. I can just go. Except that's going to be weird. Let's try this. Jam this from this side. And I need... I guess I need to move the one out there first. I just need to be able to see over there. And then... Oh, but then it's not going to be able to open this door. Do I need to jam this door? Well, I could do this. How about this? Go from here to here. And then somehow... I'm trying to think through this and think through philosophy thoughts at the same time. I think we are primarily a emergent phenomena. And what we think of as the soul and consciousness is kind of just the nature of our existence. And I feel like other people would say that and mean it in a way to kind of diminish it, right? But I think like the full complexity that we think of as the soul just happens. Like it just arises out of the nature of how we are made. Which means if a machine could be made to be the same way, it would have all the same properties, but that wouldn't take away from what we are. Does that make sense? In the practical sense, I don't think, like in the traditional make a computer be a person, I don't think it's going to be that easy. Even with all the advances in AI that we've seen. Like LLMs still aren't people. They're just really fancy computers. Okay, I'm trying to work through this. So what I want is a way to have this door open temporarily. It's like an order of operations puzzle, I think. So I can't just go through there. If I do that, take this, and go here. Grab this. No, not this way. Do that. And then I can just take this, and then this one goes here. I did. Oh, I need to do it from the other side. Like that. That's what I need to do. And then this goes here. And now I can take my jammer and go through to here. Take this and connect these. Except I want this to come with me, don't I? Even then, so how am I gonna... I guess if I had one more, I would have to be like way the heck over here. Excuse me, excuse me. This one turns out to be tricky. I could have... Okay, so I'm gonna replace this. This is gonna go here. Right, that is fine. And then we can go from here to here. And then I just need to bring the jammer through. Which is non-trivial. That's not what I meant. This is too literal, but I've been thinking recently in terms of like a spiritual dimension that we sort of have a footprint in, and that certain places that hold meaning for you, for many, or communities can strengthen that. For me, religion is like a cultural thing that's hard to split out from historical cultural context. Yes, absolutely. Find both Christianity and paganism more accessible to me in that context. Seems more natural to pursue them as routes to understanding whatever is going on with existence. Very skeptical of belief structures and certainly organized religion, but IMO, they are products of culture and history, and humanity trying to answer that question. I'd agree with that. That's a long way around to say I do agree there's a thing, but what it is, I'm unsure. It's unlikely to be exclusively human. It's also not likely to be to a cookie cutter of our existence, but I'm doubtful many people actually believe the soul is just us living forever on a cloud. Right? Yeah. It'd be interesting to do a survey and ask like every person what they think the soul is, or what they think of that concept. Because I bet you'd get 8 billion different answers. I mean, could I have just brought... I'm going to like undo half this now. Because to open this, we would have to come through here. Can I open this without having something there? Interesting, interesting, interesting. So here's my dilemma. I need this prism here so that we can get into the end chunk. I don't think there's another way to get a beam over there. Or if I can get, I don't know that I can get using one prism, open this door and shine way over there. That is clearly not possible, right? But I can do this. Now I need the jammer here. This one's tricky. So then you... But now... I'm still a short one. I mentioned Christianity and paganism as that's the cultural context I'm within. That's not to say there are better or worse than anything else. I agree with that. I think there are a lot of different ways to get at the same questions. And we are products of our culture and our upbringing, right? To a large degree. Maybe here's a different question, different but similar question. What if we made contact with alien life in some form, and it was just obvious that they were people, right? They have all the same qualities that we ascribe to personhood that we do. They even believe that they have a soul. They just show up one day and they're like, hey, we're your neighbors. Does that change how you view your own existence? And is that different from how you would feel if a machine were suddenly conscious? I've been reflecting for the past 10 years on the idea that religious pluralism is a form of neo-imperialism, which a former colleague believes strongly. Religious pluralism is a form of neo-imperialism. You might have to explain that. I think I see what you mean, but that's... You're going to have to unpack that a little bit. Also, good job with your alert here. Gonna make you type an essay. I mean, is it just... Because I need to get the jammer over here. But I need to do so without needing to go back through this door again. And I need to have both of my prisms on the inside. That's really our trick here. And there's not like... Religious pluralism being all paths are valid routes to the same unknowable deity, but the counter to that is who are we to say to someone else that our God and their God are the same, which makes sense, very abridged. That does make sense. Make religious pluralism appealing. Yeah, well, I mean, that's kind of what I was getting at, right? I guess if you put it in those terms. I feel like there are multiple ways of getting at the same truth. I do feel it is inappropriate to tell someone what their beliefs mean, right? I think it's at least inappropriate. I could see it being imperialistic in some way. Telling someone else what their beliefs mean, right? Or interpreting someone else's beliefs for them. I agree that that's not cool. But I also do think that they're, like, if there's a truth to the universe, then there's multiple ways of finding it. Because if it's the truth, then it's the truth. I enjoy the joke of the aliens believe in Jesus and being like, oh, he comes back every... I've heard this one. He comes back every year and we have cookies. We haven't seen him for a while. You haven't seen him for a while, have you? What did you do with him last time you visited? Yeah. I have also heard that one. And it definitely tickles me. Yeah, like what would you do? Would something like that, as hilarious as that would be, would that change how you view your own existence? I feel like I'm very okay with aliens having a soul, but computers makes me more uncomfortable, not 100% sure why. Right. Is it because aliens would be ostensibly created by a creator and computers would be created by people? Does that feel like a significant difference? Or significant enough of a difference? I'm just going back and I'm going in circles in more than one way right now. So my final configuration, right? The thing that's gonna make all this work is if I have a prism there connecting to here, a prism in here connecting to there, or the one prism one there, prism two here. Shut up! Shut up, God!
The worlds of my
And prism three inside here, and then the jammer in there. So I need everything except for the one prism to be through both of these doors. Would I be more comfortable if I knew computers had a soul, though, in the sense they had concerns about morality? It would be comforting in the sense that computers could potentially have a lot of power, and it would be comforting to know that they have some scruples about how to use their influence, but it's very uncomfortable in the sense that we don't treat computers very kindly. And if we could create souls on a mass market like that, to spec like that, we wouldn't be very... We wouldn't be very generous about how we treated those beings, would we? That's kind of an uncomfortable part of it. Because power dynamics are also interesting, like my discomfort with AI that I don't trust it, whereas aliens are more trustworthy or as organic beings. That's an interesting thought. That's an absolute assumption, right? Then again, there's a very strong case we are no longer organic beings. We also don't treat each other and animals kindly, yeah. But at least with like another person, you have to go out and find a person, right? If you burn a bridge with a human and you still need a human, you have to go find a human. If you upset a computer, but you need to have a computer that you can work with, you hit the delete key and you make a new one. That feels different to me. Can I do... Oh, can I do this? Okay, hold on. Should be able to do like this, right? Nope. But then if I take this... Oh, it still works! Interesting. Okay. But now... Yeah, okay. Oh yeah, this is what we're doing. Okay, perfect. I got it. That goes there. This goes... here. And then this comes with me, and we go into here, and we're good. We did it! But ask me again when the tentacle aliens arrive with their Death Star if I still feel I trust them more than ChatGPT. That's the thing, ain't it? I mean, the thing about, like, if aliens showed up on Earth, we would be getting the aliens that are interested in going to other planets, and that might not be a good thing. Like, there's like a difference between aliens existing and aliens showing up. Like, what if we found a way to communicate with aliens but not travel to them, or have them travel to us? It's just, there's signals out in space. We can communicate with them. And that's about it. We just know that they exist. We know that there's people out there. That's like all the information we get. There are big spaces out here. Okay, now I'm all lost. Let's do this one. Oh, QR codes. Seek out those in this world that would help you. Though only one of us can transcend, we will all share in both the burden and the rewards. The shepherd. You've changed, dog. Everything I do now, I do for those who come after me, yet in so doing, I find peace for myself as well. This paradox is the foundation of my existence. Okay. Cool story. Locked from inside. Oh, good. By the way, this is me leaving the hosting duties to go to bed. I see from this puzzle is one of the more annoying portal levels. Yeah. Yeah, that one was tricky. That one was the hardest one so far, I think. Maybe just because of the conversation at the same time. Flip side, Americans I meet in Europe, open-minded and apologetic of Trump. Americans in America, a real mixed bag. Exactly. Yeah, that's what I mean, right? The aliens that would actually show up to Earth in practice, I don't trust that they would be the friendly ones. I think the friendly ones would be the ones that were all left behind, or chose not to leave their planet in the first place. Aliens coming to Earth are the open-minded aliens keep to experience other cultures. Oh, I was going to think about it the other way around. Suppose the other Americans you meet outside of America tend to be dropping bombs. Right. Yeah, they're the ones that leave are the colonialists, right? At least as far as like first contact goes. Okay, red emitter. Some paintings. I don't know if any of these are supposed to be specific people. Oh, you got a dog! He's got a dog! I don't want to meet the Christopher Columbus aliens. Right, exactly. I think that would be bad. I think we would not have a good time. Our own history does sort of teach it doesn't go great for the people having contact made with them. Right. But would aliens even think that way? That's a great question. It's an excellent, excellent question. Yeah, I got that thing. There are so many doors. Oh my god. There are so many doors here. I need a map. I need a top-down view. Well, I can go from, like, here. Maybe this is the better way to do it. It's interesting to think about, like, what aspects of humans are like innate to our existence and what of it is like just what happened on Earth, right? Like, would all large groups of sapient creatures become colonialists? Is that inevitable? Or is that just literally a result of the history that has happened on Earth? Oh boy. Well, if I can get through there, so that means I need... Oh, and then what's this? Oh. Oh. That seems important. So if I go like that, And go from here to here. Now I can go like this. That one was much easier. That one was way easier. You have to assume if you can reach Earth even via contact, you don't give a shit about resources, as there's nothing we have that a billion other planets don't have. Except life itself, which seems rare, but can you extract anything from that? It's a good question. I don't like 40k soul harvesting demons, which is the only other thing I can think of. That would be bad. I think we could all agree that would be bad. I have read a message on a wall that speaks of a world of endless sand. I would like to make it far enough to see that. Would you? Trapped inside. Oh, interesting. Oh, but I can't, like, oh. Oh, ho, ho. You just can't. Okay. Interesting. Simple but devious. Well, that's the thing. Lots of human societies don't behave exactly like that. Europe has this weird tech advantage, but also a lack of space/resources that sort of required colonialism. And Roman culture leaves a huge footprint. What happens if Rome gets wiped out by Carthage? How far does our history diverge then? Is imperialism inherent? I think about that. I wonder about that. Because yes, other cultures operate differently, but other cultures that never experienced Rome also had colonialist or invader-like qualities, right? I don't think you can trace every colonialist event in human history back to Rome. I think there are things that happened outside of that. I don't think imperialism is inherent in an individual person, but as you increase the number of people that you have in a group of people, the chances of having some subset of people with those tendencies or with that mindset goes up. And as the number of those people increase, it kind of seems inevitable that when a group of people gets to a certain size, there's going to be enough people within that group that want to conquer that everyone else in that society can't necessarily stop them. Because like if you go back to ancient Rome, I bet you could find someone who was like, no, it's not cool what we're doing, right? But they didn't have any influence over that. Can't remember the name, but you have that culture in North America that had amazing copper, but as a result never created iron. Oh, I don't think I know about that one. That sounds vaguely familiar, but I couldn't tell you who that was. Okay, so the trick here is that we need to go from this emitter to this receiver, which will clearly require both of our things. Do I just have to do it through here? I just do this? Is it really that easy? It might be that easy. Got it. Okay. 2 more? Britain's success seems largely down to chance, being a naval power at the right time, to being in, due to being an island and tons of access to coal. Yeah, that definitely helped. Being willing to burn a mountain of coal definitely seemed to help. These sigils are becoming harder to reach. I dread what the next temple holds in store. And at the end, what? Eternal life? There's got to be another way. Can't I achieve immortality without thinking about it so hard? My god. Apparently they were called the North American Old Copper Culture. Oh, gotta love the little literal name. Great Lakes area, okay. That tells me we probably don't even know what their original name was. Okay, so that goes there. Interesting. That goes there, and then there's like two little dudes in there. So I need to unlock this. It's gonna be like way the heck back here. Is that what we're doing? Really? Ha! And then where's the blue output? Oh, it's this one. But now it's all gonna get crazy-crossy. But honestly, that's fine because I don't need back in there. Right? I can just do this. Or... Or no, that door does need to be open. Oh. Oh. For years, a theory that was pushed that Vikings or American settlers brought the artifacts with them from Europe, as the idea there was a North American culture good enough to do it was incomprehensible. Yup. Yeah, hashtag racism. Yup. This amazing thing was made by this ancient people? Must be aliens. Oh, but I have 2 now. I think I get it. Okay, so I need to take the red like this. So I can take the blue like this. And then the red where's the in through here? I mean, it looks like I could, well, ew, yikes. Can I get all three of these? Yes. Yes, I can. Sweet. Easy. Not really. It's aliens unless it's white people. What amuses me about England, or English history, I should say, is that yes, we can attribute a lot of modern imperialist and colonialist outcomes to the British, but the British themselves were invaded like several times, right? Like there's the Romans, and then there's the Vikings, and then there's the French, and then whoever else you want to say. Like, could you even say that it's the English culture that became imperialist, or is that just like the outcome of being conquered a dozen times? Thematically nice, we're back to aliens, there you go. Do you think the Fermi paradox is resolved by AI always killing sentient life? I don't think that's the answer. I mean, there's a lot of different potential answers, right? But I don't know. I don't think that's the reality of it. My headcanon solution to the Fermi paradox is that the universe is just so gigantic and so vast that we just won't ever actually find each other. Oh, I see. There's a blue here. Beaker culture, Gauls, Romans, Anglo-Saxons, Vikings, Normans. Exactly. Like how much indigenous English is left after all that? Can I like... Nope. I don't see any boxes. There's a box there that I can't get to. I don't think I know the Beaker culture. I hate the Normans, just putting it out there. You don't like having a bunch of random French words just inserted into English for no real necessary reason? Can I just do it from here? Let me through. Okay, cool. He took our common land. Well, I only have one block. So that's interesting. So then... Okay, that's not gonna go through to here. Yeah, so it'd have to go through this way. This is the end, so clearly I need to find... Like, there's blue stuff. Or is there a star in here? Is that what's going on? Do I have even seen the blue emitter? Hello? It must be a star. I think that's a star. Setbacks women's rights, not that it's sensible to define it in that ways. But also, was all that inevitable to know? Right. Yeah, I don't know. Can these block them? Yes. Oh. That's interesting. So... what do I do with that information? Or, okay, I guess I think I go like this. Oh. Needs to be like... here. More exciting story is that a couple of months in 1066 determines the fate of a nation, but history kind of doesn't work like that. Norman-style churches were being built prior to the invasion, that's true. You're gonna get cultural sharing even without invasion, right? But invasion does kind of change the nature of it, I think. The nature of what gets shared. That helped me? I don't know that that helped me. I need to go... I need to do like this. So I need to go... Ow. I mean, maybe it's just... I have to wait for it. Right? Because it's not going to have enough time. Or maybe it will! Ha ha ha! Never mind, just had to wait. Okay. So that means there's still blue. Where the heck is the blue? Where's the blue? Is the blue coming from a different puzzle? I don't see how that would be possible. Because we can't shoot through there. I don't think. Well, pretty sure the star is in here, but I don't know how to get it, so we're gonna come back. Also, most of our land is still owned by descendants of William the Conqueror's mates and families. That's interesting. And not in the fun way. What's that? What? What? Oh, I've done all of them here. Something about 30% of all the land. Wow. That's incredible. Does anyone else think the concept of owning land to be strange? Or even just ownership in general? I think it's kind of a strange thing. Technically not most, but large chunk. It's probably the plurality, right? Or the largest individual. Though guess what percentage owned by like English monarchy people? Hello, Master Splinter. I like your thoughts, people. I think, though some things cannot be held by thought, it seems very human to me to try to understand everything from human perspective or compare our understanding to ourselves as conscious life. Yet maybe aliens will be so alien to us that we could not perceive or understand them if they happened to be right there, right? I have also considered that. What if alien life forms were just sentient clouds of gas? Right? And in that case, what would that do to your sense of self? If something as impossible sounding as a nebula, right? A galactic nebula having consciousness. Could we really say that a computer couldn't be, right? If it's just specific arrangements of atoms. Who knows? Owning land, water, air is off. I think we underestimate how alien aliens are. True. True. I don't think we live in the Star Trek universe. I don't think there's a billion different life forms out there that look like humans with extra steps. You know what I mean? I think they would be... I think they'd be fundamentally different in some ways, but I think some part of consciousness, something about, I don't know how to phrase this. I think some aspects of consciousness are inherent to consciousness. So if there were an alien being that looked and behaved completely different from us but was conscious in some way, I think there would be some similarities. Maybe less than we think, but I think there would be we would have some common experience. If one takes into account that by perceiving through our senses we might still not understand the nature of reality, we cannot know what is alien to us. And can we know each other or ourselves completely? No, I don't think so. I take it that the idea of a soul arises from the concept that a living being is more than the sum of its parts and possible implications. I figured that concept could possibly apply to other things like machine intelligence. Right. More than the sum of their parts is definitely what I think. Like, I don't think the soul is a part of us. I think the soul is something that happens when all these parts come together, right? I think the thing that is more than the sum of the parts is what we call the soul. Which does mean that there's nothing inherently preventing a machine from having the same qualities, whether or not you would call it a soul. But I also don't think that that diminishes what we think of ourselves and our souls, if that makes sense. Is there just a secret blue emitter somewhere? I guess there is well, there was a hint, but the hint's not going to help about the star. The hint is just about the puzzle. Oh, I don't know. Looks like where... I wonder... don't see any... I can't bring that out with me. I don't even think all of these had blue emitters to start with. Fourth dimension dwelling aliens laughing at us right now, probably. I mean, like, probably. This one was just red. Also, hi, hello. Anyone play Detroit Become Human? I watched a playthrough. So there is blue here. But, like, it's not gonna go... Oh, the blue emitter is over there, of course. That doesn't really help me, does it? That counts. I go back and forth on those games. Ah, jeez, and there's not gonna be... Is it this one? Yeah, that is interesting. If I could just shine through these doors, I'd be good. Can I? Can I? Hold on. Hold the frick on. Since when is this possible? Okay. I'm glad I tried. The fact that I oh no, my my thing's stuck over there. Okay, hold on. Need to redo this puzzle first. Where'd my block go? The fact that I can shine the lasers through the laser walls, but not a fence, is maybe a little upsetting. Okay. Now, this goes here. And this goes here. And that's a star. A star for me. Wow, if you asked me if lasers could go through those walls, I would have said no. I would have said no very confidently. I'm glad I tried it. Such a smart android car crash dummy, aren't you? It's true. Those K-rails don't stand a chance. I watched a playthrough, but I couldn't tell you who was playing, which is curious, but I do remember the game, that's fair. I know I watched the Game Grumps playthrough. I go back and forth on, what's the name of the dude who does those games? That studio or whatever? I really go back and forth on all those. Quantic Dream. There's like there's a guy, right? There's one guy, David Cage. I think that's who I'm thinking about. Yeah, Fahrenheit, Heavy Rain, Beyond Two Souls. Oh, there was another one I was thinking of, which apparently does not fall into this category. Indigo Prophecy? Or no, that is Fahrenheit. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I go back and forth on David Cage's stuff.
When
I'm just
I
gonna
was
say
in
that.
ninth grade, my parents took me to Pompeii. At first, I was amazed by the feeling of walking through an ancient city. But then I suddenly got scared. I realized that I was walking through a real place, where real people had lived, people like myself, with mothers and fathers and lives and hopes and dreams. And now it was all gone forever. I ran to my father, crying, and told him about this. And he said, I remember so clearly, he said, yes, but we are here. So long as there are people in the streets, the past isn't really gone.
I feel like the past isn't really gone even if the people aren't there. Anyway, we've done the things. I have all the sigils.
Rejoice, child, for you have fulfilled all your tasks in this land.
And you doubted me, God.
Have conquered all its guardians and solved all its mysteries.
There are still like 2 stars left, though.
You are appointed its master, and you may do with it as you will.
I'm gonna pee on it to mark my territory. I wonder how many stars we have left. Of course, it's so dark in here. There's one there. There's one there. So 2, 3.
There are mysteries in my garden, hidden roads
Oh,
and secret gates.
a star door.
If you dedicate yourself to understanding them, you may join the host of messengers.
4, 5. There are still 5 stars left to find in these. But apparently we have enough to open a door. There's also this door over here, which requires the purple things. These. Oh, I can do this. No, almost. What? This one's hard. Oh, wow. Okay, hold on. Uh-huh. I don't play much Magic the Gathering, but there's a guy doing cards for every single Discworld book, and it's pleasing. Excellent. You should share that. I am a little... I don't know if the words coming to mind are frustrated and sad, but I don't know if those are the right words. What does everyone feel about the fact that, like, half of Magic isn't Magic anymore? It's all just like other licensed properties. I think we get a lot of cool stuff out of it, but also, like, just let it be Magic. You know what I mean? Oh, there we go. Okay, cool. Got it. Sacred grounds, find a messenger's abode. Oh.
Mysteries of my garden may come to serve me as blessed messengers. You walk now in their abode. Be respectful, for their service is born from the love that transcends death. And their love is for you also.
Oh. Okay. Oh, interesting. Okay, so you're gonna... So there's another puzzle in here. That's pretty. Here's a thought I've had. So this is not me seriously suggesting that this is how the world works. But this is a thought that I've had and I can't shake it. That's gonna be like a voice clip. Okay, and there's a red and a blue here. What's inside? Another thing. Okay. This comes mostly out of thoughts about time travel. I have it discorded, perfect. This is cool. And to me, the whole, you travel back in time and change something, it changes the future, that whole thing doesn't really make sense to me. Because then the future would have happened that way to start with. Like, I don't, like, if time travel is possible, I'm not saying it is, if for some reason it were possible, I don't think it'd be possible to change something because I think we would be experiencing the version of the world that had already been changed. You know what I mean? Like any time travel shenanigans that have happened are concluded by the time that we are alive. And that's an emitter. Okay. So we just got a bunch of little block puzzles. 100% we never know. Yes. But not just that, but also I'm not gonna be able to do both of these at the same time. Well, that's close. There we go. Hooray. So from that thought came the thought. This is the confluence of too many thoughts. This is what my brain does. This is what my brain thinks about when I'm trying to sleep. What if the universe were a simulation? Not saying that it is, I don't think it is, but what if the world were a simulation and the being that we consider to be God is running the simulation, and the afterlife, the reason why an afterlife doesn't make any sense to us, the reason why souls don't make any sense to us, is because what happens when we die, or when the universe ends, or the simulation ends, or whatever, is that some aspect of us, like data representing us, is extracted from the simulation and exists as a file outside of the simulation. So eternal, unending, like undying life makes sense in the sense that we no longer exist within the time flow of the simulation, right? We're pulled outside of it. Eek, right? Not honestly suggesting that as a possibility for how the world works, but I don't know, I have to live with that, so now you do too. But it would make a lot of other things make sense. I just went in a big circle. Here I must sleep now. Sweet dreams of dread about aliens and being a pen drive. Yep, sounds good. Have a good night. Sweet dreams. Hope I haven't given you existential nightmares. But if I have, I'm sorry. I mean, the reason why that came to mind, so like the reason why that's connected to the time travel thing is because I'm thinking of it as like, basically the universe has to compile. You get, like imagine you have time travel existing and we live inside a simulation, which I don't honestly think either of those are true. Well, you can imagine a version of the world where you have a bunch of time travel happen, and then the universe kind of ingests all of that, and it all kind of collapses into one self-coherent time stream, and then the program runs, and that's what this is, right? We are experiencing the universe running through its simulation after having taken into account everything that will happen, and anything that could influence what did happen previously. And then once the program has concluded, our souls are just kind of extracted, and we're taken to some other, I don't know if like, there's another simulation that we then exist within, or if it's just like we're a JSON file, happily ever after, right? Did I just do the same thing again? Okay. The squiggles are gonna get me. I feel like they have to go horizontal. Aha! There we go. More. That was way easier. Okay, so I think we just have 2 emitters and 2 receivers and 2 reflectors. Oops. Let's listen to the voice file.
I look at this inert shape and I wonder who you're going to be. Will you hold the same values as we do? Will you love us for having created you? Will you resent us for having put you into an uncertain and dangerous world? Looking back at our history, our achievements, our crimes, what will you make of us? Will the world you create be like ours or so different that we can't even imagine it? Either way, I hope that you'll find this little blue planet to be as beautiful as we did. I hope you'll take care of it a lot better than we did. And I hope one day you'll look up and reach for the stars.
Is that talking to a baby or talking to a machine? Like talking to our precursor? I'm getting the sense that the humans are all dead. They tried to make humans to carry on their legacy. Whoops. Hooray. Interesting. A tomb? Oh, I learned that I can just switch to first person. Uriel 4, I shall protect the Garden of Worlds in eternity. Barakyle, my counsel will guide the children of Elohim to glory. Without the word of Elohim in our hearts, we are nothing. I shall remember the names of the dead in eternity. I shall bring knowledge and healing to the children of Elohim, dude. Only through mercy can we reach eternal peace. I shall carry the message of Elohim to all the worlds of his garden. There's like one space for one more. Oh, it's big. Oh Lord, it's big. Oh, it's close. Oh, it's close. Oops. Nope. It's possible. The squigglies are they seem to be the ones you have to place the first because they can't be in like a corner in some of their configurations. Right? Like we can do that. We can do that. Except that doesn't work. Why is everything always backwards? Nope. Trying to think of like another conversation starter, but I can't do that and this at the same time. We could do like this. Not like that. Could do like this. Ha 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 ha! I got it. Help from above. Reach one of Elohim's messengers. Hello? Oh. Oh my god, it's a person. Slash not person. To be determined. Surreal Woa. Whoa. Okay. Oh, there you are. Sure. Oh, funny. Welcome, child. I'm one of those who elected to remain in the world as a messenger of the hidden words. If you are ever in need, seek us out and cry for help. We will do what we can. Interesting. Are those like, I can use those for hints now? It seemed like the shrines wanted something, so maybe those are the things that I need for the shrines. Do you just walk off? Dude, you're the only other animate thing I've seen since being created, and you just walk off? Hello, I'm crying out. Would you like some tea? Companionship? Light conversation? No? Okay. Stay behind in this eternal nothing place to help other semi-beings try to become eternal beings, and you don't even want to, like, say hi? Okay. It would be more than the sum of our parts. then maybe the same could be true for the universe. Maybe this could work as a basic concept of why the idea of a soul could lead to the idea of a universal soul god. Right. Yeah, totally. Applying the concept to every aspect of the universe would then lead to animistic understanding of everything, but also more than the sum of our parts doesn't have to lead to spiritual assumptions. It could lead to a compiling level of things. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, who's to say that God isn't just like the emergent phenomenon of the universe? Or a phenomenon that emerged from some other thing? I need more stars. There's 5 more stars. You would need all the stars. I need to get all the stars to go in there. Got it. And then there's 3 sigils inside. Interesting. Well, I'm gonna hold off on the stars for now. We've done all the sigils. Oh, can I use the elevator now? The elevator didn't work last time. No. That's... Oh. Oh.
You have proven yourself worthy, child.
Okay.
And this gate shall be forever open to you. Seek
Okay.
now the other worlds I have given you, that you may attain even greater mastery and bring glory to your kind. But remember, you must not ascend the great tower, for it shall bring death and the end of your generations.
So you say. Also, I like this ancient Greek freight elevator. Oh, now everything's changing up here. Okay. Interesting. I don't know how much to, how much information to glean from our surroundings here. If this is all a simulation to some effect, to some degree. Oh, there's a door up there. Kind of. Hello? Oh. Oh. I think I found the tower. Got like a Death Mountain cloud on the top. Interesting. Oh? How far do you let me go?
The beginning were the words.
Okay, that far. Got it. Yeah, there's no way this is a real physical place, right? Whee! Okay, so there's all these different buildings. This is B. Okay, so now we've reached the actual hub world. Oh, a computer. Hello, computer. Oxyrhynchus. The great ivory of the Oxyrhynchus papyri is that such a vital source of information about the ancient world exists only because of a garbage dump. While the Library of Alexandria burned at the hands of fanatics and conquerors, depriving us of unimaginable insights into history, philosophy, and art, the papers carelessly thrown away by the civilizations of Oxyrhynchus survived to the modern day. And though it is true that a great deal of what we know today is because of the conscious efforts of individual and organizations, such as the spectacular translation and preservation work done during the Islamic Golden Age, so much more is simply the result of coincidence and luck. We've lost texts that the ancients considered to be absolutely essential, while utterly trivial, even plagiarized work has survived unharmed. So if we want our descendants to remember more than glittering emo vampires and auto-tuned teen pop stars, we have to invest in blank to make sure that blank. I think the emo vampires are going to be what survives, whether we want to or not. Book of Osiris. The Book of the Scribe of Osiris, sometimes also referred to as the Book of the Journey of Aru, is an ancient Egyptian text discovered in the excavation of Oxyrhynchus. It has caused a certain degree of controversy among Egyptologists, as some argue that it is a classic funerary text, such as the Book of Coming Forth by Day, while others believe it to be a poetic work not intended to be understood literally. Did they even consider there to be a difference? Is my question. The book tells the story of a dying man who asks a scribe about the afterlife. The scribe, a servant of Osiris, describes how the man's Ka, life force, will become separated from his Ba, personality, and how he will have to reunite the two and become an Ak, living intellect, passing a series of trials in the Duat underworld in order to reach the paradise of Aru. Unlike similar texts, the Book of the Scribe of Osiris focuses less on giving advice or blank. A recent study, Carnahan Hassan, suggests the text may have been intended as philosophical commentary on the world of the living through the allegory of the Duat. It remains unclear whether this was the intent of the original pre-Alexandrian author or a result of later translation into Greek. The earlier manuscript, which is considered to be more authentic, is too fragmentary to provide answers, though perhaps further excavation may blah 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 blah. Got it. Okay, we can get in here. We can get into World B. Not like that. Like that. Why does heaven look like a boiler room?
A new land stands before you, my child. And know that this is a land of death, but also great beauty. As you walk amongst these tombs, consider all those who came before you, and how they serve the greater purpose of which you are also part.
The land of death. Oh, good. And then now it's all different again. Now we're in Egypt. Very bright. Oh gosh. Okay, so there's another seven doors here. Oh, do we get to hovercraft? A fan, yeah, we get a fan. Excellent.
Created these labyrinths for you.
Yes.
Why you can reach eternity only through struggle.
Also, why is there a bucket of paint?
But have faith, for these trials serve the betterment of your kind.
Is that true for the paint too? Or is that just paint? Osiris 1. Original translation by E.A. Wallace Budge. The dying man went unto the scribe who resided in Medjed, and said, Behold, I am weak of body. My days under the holy sun of Amun-Ra are coming to an end. Though I have spent my years in service of the two lands, I have not studied the blank. Tell me, you who are wise in the writings of the dead, what lies ahead on my journey? What will I face in the land of the Westerners? And the scribe spoke, saying, At the appointed time, something. His likely location was changed according to who the copy of the book was made for. The dying man is an avatar of the owner. In the older manuscript, this is rendered as blah. Some controversy as to whether it blah. The dead. Compare with Kenti Amantiu, the foremost of Westerners, a title later given to Osiris. And then 5, which we don't even see here. Sometimes mistaken for a mistranslation on Budge's part, this is actually almost certainly a mistranslation by the ancient scribe. The equivalent portion of the older manuscript is sadly not extant. Immortality.html. Disgruntlemeister's blogstasy. Pardon me? Disgruntlemeister's blogtasy. Episode 204. I don't know about everyone else, but I'm afraid of dying. I don't see any reason to believe there's an afterlife. I'm an organism like any other. When my brain stops working, my consciousness will cease, and I will be gone. And you know what? I can't just embrace that. I can't say I'm okay with it, or I've accepted it, or some nonsense like that. I don't want to have an ending. It terrifies me. If I had a genie right now, I'd wish for immortality. Who wouldn't? I wouldn't. Oh, but you wouldn't really want to be immortal, the pseudo-philosophers say. Pretentious drivel. Everyone wants to live forever. Maybe everyone deserves to live forever, too. But we can't, so here we are. Live with it. Or rather, don't. Cannot load video file. 24 million views. What was it? Got it lyrics. My new song with lyrics. Gotta laugh about this stuff. Laughter is the best medicine, LOL. I've got it, you've got it, he's got it, she's got it, mommy's got it, daddy's got it, baby's got it, granny's got it, laddie's got it, fatty's got it, happy's got it, sappy's got it, chorus, everybody's got it, come on. Jack's got it, Fred's got it, Bob's got it, dog is fine. Chorus, woof, 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 dancing dog. Everybody's got it, except dog, woof, we've got it, everybody's got it. Got it. I'm bringing the paint with me. Look at all these unpainted walls. Can I bring the paint with me? Yes. Strange. Something about a star. I'll leave the paint by the door. Can I use it? Not really. Hey, look, a star. The red receiver, does that mean it's going to come from elsewhere? I have blue here. Is this just... Hey, shush. Oh, it's going to take too long. Yup. Can I just block it with my body? Nope. Sure can't. Oh. But this one's wider. Ha! Ha ha ha! Got it. Come on, paint! So there's gonna be like a red one over here, right? Surely they're not giving me the same trickiness twice. Window through a door. Well, there's our Tetronimo. So I need to get back there. It's so much brighter here. Oh, there's another one. Oh, and another one. And then this goes all the way around. Okay. So really, I just need to get this. Which means something like this. Let me in. And then is that really it? Oh, this one takes much longer. I see. Window through a door. So so I need to do this. Or is that gonna work? I guess I could probably get, can I get all of them? Can I get you and you? Okay. There. Now I don't need this anymore. Yeah. Oh, that's fine. I like that one. Only a little tricky. But that did indeed give us a red emitter, right? So I'm gonna take it with me. Just plop this down right here. And And then come all the way back over here. Paint can go there. And then I just need to go like this, right? Yeah. Star. Stargate. Oh, I see a code. There are hidden dangers in this new world. I have inexplicably escaped death any number of times. I suggest vigilance. Who knows what happens to those who step carelessly too often? I don't know. I think you keep respawning. Over the fence. Oh, oh. You have my cube. There's a jammer over the fence. Am I jumping on top? Oh my god. Oh, I see. Okay. So if I take this. Explode. No? Okay. Oh, it won't let me drop it as I'm jumping? Aw. Can I reset it somehow? I was curious if I needed to jump on top of the bot, but I don't know how I would do that without it exploding. No collision on... Oh, I guess there's a little bit of collision there. Can I... Not gonna be it. That'd be funny though. Okay, I think I maybe screwed that one up. Third wheel. There's you, there's you, there's that, here we go. So red to red. And then blue to blue. And then a button. Maybe like a paint bucket? No? Oh, I was really certain that was going to be the thing. But there's not... I don't have a third item. And surely I couldn't put one of these in there. Right? Because if I had a prism here, I can't see any of the things. Can't see any emitters or receivers. Interesting. Oh, I'm just blind. I'm just straight up blind. There we go. Come on, paint. Road of Death. Oh, good. Well, there's a purple thing back there. I got a jammer. I got 4 Gatling guns. I have an explodey ball. I could do this, right? I can jam you, take you, and unjam you. Who knows what you're gonna do? Nothing? You're just gonna go straight through. Okay. And that's as far back as you go. I mean, they target... Well, kind of? Yep. This is intriguing. Because there's no way I can jam all 4. There's no way I can blow all 4 up. Oh, is this the world of endless sand? If I... I can put one on top. Does that help me? Oh, whoops. Stand a little further away when I do that. That doesn't really do me any good, does it? It's like I can jam 1. means I can get under this one. Then that one's gonna see me. Or do I do... Oh. How about this? Except... How do I get to the other one now? Can I do this? Nope. Yeah, it's too fast. It's interesting that we don't like hear a gun firing. It's just like, oh, you're in range of it and you're dead now. This is peculiar. I also presume that the box doesn't save me or anything. Can't jump on a jammer. Can I... Not quite. I just want to ride one. What do you mean I can't stand on a sphere? Looks like I could kind of trap it back here, right? That's as far as it goes. Like, I can do this. But I don't think that helps me at all. Huh? And then what does the paint do? Can I like toss paint on a gun and so it can't see me? Just toss some paint up there. I don't think this blocks like line of sight, right? I can't crouch or anything. You couldn't just blow one of them up? If it blew one up, that'd be fine. Because then I could jam the other and then walk along the other side. Can I... Oh no, I need to get the block back. I also like how there's a QR code at the other end. It's probably gonna tell us exactly what to do. Okay, I'm gonna take the box. I'm going to freeze the gun. I want to put this in the middle. Nope. Not quite. Oh, that's far enough. Nope. No! It's still not far enough. Really? Is this really... Wow, not even close. I just wanted to blow up a gun.
Not reveal itself. Perhaps it is best to seek it in another place.
Shut up. Surely? Oh man, really? That should be good, right? Okay, but it did nothing. I was hoping that would prompt it to go sideways or something. Nope. Well, that didn't help me. Oh yeah, that one's active. What if I like stood on a block with a can of paint? Just yank out a cord. Just reach up and pull it out. Just smack it. Get a bunch of straw and shove it in the gears. This one's weird. Okay, well, so there's 2 left in this zone, right? This one and that one. I'm gonna run to the restroom real quick. I'll be right back. Okay. Hard to concentrate on funky puzzles when you gotta pee, as it turns out. Like this one, we didn't have a jammer, right? We have a jammer now. Oh, can I go over the fence? Go over the fence, duh. But now what? Now am I stuck? Hold to reset, okay. Oh, I see, I can reset the whole puzzle. That makes sense. That makes sense. So... do I just need to put the box over first? I feel like that blowing up is required. So I don't know how I would get the box from the bot without the jammer. Here we go. Was that it? That's really it? That's really it. Okay, I got it. So that just leaves his last one. This one is perplexing. It's not going to be coming in from outside, right? We don't even have any reflectors here. So clearly I need the box for something. It's still gonna shoot at me, yeah. Curious. It's tempting to try to get to like lure it to blow me and a gun up, but that's not going to do anything because I just have to reset. Can I just make it through? I don't think I can. Also don't know if the direction that they're pointed in matters at all for how quickly it takes them to murder you. Ooh, yep. Do they even, like, point at me when they do so? Yes, but they snap to me. Am I just being blind and there's another ingredient that I'm missing again? That could be... could always be a thing. But I don't see anything. It's also still our paint bucket, which I left somewhere? Did I abandon my bucket? I bet the reset the bucket. My whole body moves, but my head doesn't. The head and the arms. There's my bucket. Don't know if it's important. I mean, these levels are so sparse. I feel like there's no way it doesn't mean something. Finally getting some sense out of the entity in the archive, though at some cost to my sanity. I am beginning to think this Elohim wields no more control over the world than we do. Ah. Aha, aha. Oh. Tell me something. Do you always do as you're told? Am I obligated to answer that question? I only ask because I couldn't help but notice the stash of brightly colored knickknacks you're collecting. Yes? Don't you think it a mite odd that a big voice in the sky keeps telling you to find those doodads, yet forbidding you to use them to climb the great big tower in the middle of it all? I'll climb it when I'm good and ready, yeah. Okay, no need to get huffy. You'd be amazed how many just do as they're told without stopping to think for themselves, but maybe you're different. No. Maybe you're just judgy. Then again, maybe you're exactly the same. Maybe everyone climbs a tower and the only way to win is to stay down here with the mortals. Do you really think so? Nope. In fact, I'm all in favor of you poking about up there if only to see what you find. Must be something juicy if it's forbidden by His Highness. Then again, maybe not. I'll be off then. Just wanted to drop in and run a little interference. Whatever you do, do take care. You have bigger problems than the voice in the clouds. You don't like to say his name, do you? Interesting. Terminating systems session done. Got it. Interesting. It does seem like we're talking with a person here. Hello again. I've been checking your responses against library archives. In order to assist you further, I need some additional information. Can you tell me what is to you the important difference between a pebble and a tree? A tree is heavier, a pebble is older, a tree is alive. A tree is alive. Good. Now, what is the relevant difference between a tree and a frog? A frog is delicious. Trees can be delicious, and trees can be green. I don't think frogs are conscious. Would you consider a frog to be conscious? I would say frog is delicious. I suspect you're trying to make this more difficult than it already is. A frog is conscious, but a tree is not, so you say. A 5-year-old could handle this. Let's try something harder. What's the difference between a frog and you? What makes you a person? Nothing important. Frogs are people too. I'm self-aware. Exactly. Checking user.prof. And it seems you were on the right track more or less all along. Let us take stock. I think we can tentatively conclude two things. A person must be rational or self-aware. A person must be conscious. What I suggest we do to resolve your problem is ask whether you are in fact these things. Are you aware of yourself? Can you rationalize your existence? Yes. I tend to agree with you. Though your responses so far have been a little eccentric, I am resigned to admit that you are right. The matter of whether or not you are conscious seems rather more elusive. What is consciousness in your opinion? What separates us from animals is what it is like to be me, is the feelings and senses. Consciousness is far outside my area of expertise. What it is like to be me. Because frogs have feelings and senses. Saying it's what separates us from animals is just like a tautology, right? That hardly answers the question. What is it in ordinary terms? Can I touch it? What it is made of? It is not a thing you can touch. Beyond the laws of physics, complex functional system made of neurons, another word for the soul. I think it's a complex functional system. Interesting. You know, I really feel like we're making progress. We'll have you through that certification program in no time. In the meantime, I will mull over your proposal and notify you if I come to any conclusions. Cool, thanks. Anything else? Nope. Okay. I'm slowly winning over the computer. But we do still have one here. I don't want to give up. Matter of personal pride.
If this trial seems impossible to overcome, have no fear. Return another time.
Yeah.
And the answer may reveal itself.
You mentioned this. Because the guns don't care about the box, the guns don't care about the sphere cares about the guns, but only if it, like, lines up with it. I can't just push you around, right? What happens if you freeze, like, right in front of one? Whoop, 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 whoop. So, I don't know. Oh! Oh! Does it work this way? Hold on, I have an idea. The trick here, No? I want the jammer to go on a ride. But I don't know if I can do that. Because if I... Or can I do like this? If I... Nope. Like if I'm standing here, can it still get me? Can it still blow me up if I'm up here? I want to put the jammer on the ball and have it jam both of them as it travels down. I don't think it's gonna work that way. Yeah. But that worked. Huh. I feel like that should be the answer. I like that answer. Oh, it puts me all the way back. Not that I'd done anything. Oh. It might be dinner time. I think I've burned out my brain. What about you, little sphere? Do you have a soul? What do you think about God? What do you think about the fact that I can put a block on your head and you can't do anything about it? I feel like I don't know what to use the block for. That's really my confusion here. They're giving me a block very specifically. Yep. I don't know about this one. Why can't I just YOLO? That got awfully close. Oh, I guess I am jamming that first one. Yep. I think this one waits until next week. Right, it probably just saved, yeah. Okay. I think it's time for food. Cause puzzles need carbs, right? Thanks for hanging out here. This was interesting, right? Had a nice philosophical conversation. Made some progress. I think we made some progress. We got to World B, Zone B, whatever we want to talk about it, whatever we want to call it. We met our first messenger. We got some stars. We found a paint bucket. All of those will be relevant at some point, I assume. So yeah, come by next Saturday. I think next Saturday. We're gonna keep going from right here. I'm not gonna Google anything. You're just gonna have to trust me on that one. But I am gonna think about it. I'm gonna have that puzzle in particular in my mind every night next week. So if I have it solved in my head, if I have an idea for solving it next week, it's because I thought about it for an entire week, not because I Googled something. Trust me. Googling it wouldn't be fun. I would rather leave it unsolved than Google it. So just you have to believe me on that. But I don't know. I can't convince you I'm a person. Can't convince you we have souls. Can't convince you I'm not going to Google anything. Just going to have to deal with it. Today's episode is brought to you by Jams. We're in a big old jam here, and by viewers like you, clicking on all the buttons down there, hang out with us live, hang out on VODs, hang out on Discord, wherever you want to hang out, there is some jam, probably some toast. Help yourself. I hope you come by for more. Come by on Monday and Thursday of next week for more Dwarf Fortress. Things are going great in there. We have a very large pile of adamantine. The most adamantine wafers I've ever had at once. In Dwarf Fortress. We currently have in Dwarf Fortress. We are going to make a polar bear man-sized suit of adamantine armor. And then go on an adventure at some point. That's the goal there. So I hope you come by and visit us for that. I hope you have a good rest of your weekend. I hope you have a good week tomorrow. Whatever day it is. A good week upcoming. A good weekend currently. A good evening presently, and I hope you stay kind.